We're now on those important developments involving the investigations into January 6th that we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. The first, sources telling CNN that the Secret Service may disable text messaging on employees' phones. Fallout from what has turned into a criminal investigation into how some agents' text messages surrounding the period of January 6th were deleted despite being requested by lawmakers investigating the attacks. The Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Secret Service declined to comment. The development comes after a significant escalation of the federal criminal investigation as well. CNN has learned that the man Liz Cheney said tried to do what was right, former White House counsel Pat Cipollone, has been subpoenaed by a federal grand jury. What's more, sources also tell CNN that the deputy White House counsel, Patrick Philbin, has also been subpoenaed. Both men have already testified for the House Select Committee. I want to talk about it all with CNN chief legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin, a former federal prosecutor. So what does it signal? Would Pat Cipollone say more to a federal grand jury than he would to the January 6th committee?
Well, he'd have to be forced to, because he obviously made a certain set of requirements that he would talk about certain things but not others to the January 6th committee. Right. But the federal prosecutors will want to know more, especially about his conversations with Trump, because after all, remember, Donald Trump is someone who doesn't text, who doesn't use email. So the only way to determine his intent, which is obviously a central issue in this criminal investigation, is through the testimony of people who were speaking to him, and no one was talking to him about more important subjects than Cipollone.
And I mean, I know we've endlessly talked about these executive claim privileges, some of them phony, some of them not. How does that get adjudicated? Who decides?
It will go through the courts. And it's not just executive privilege here. It's also attorney-client privilege, right. Because even though he's a government lawyer, the courts have held that there are certain aspects of attorney-client privilege that attach when it's a government lawyer. So it's actually a serious, complicated legal issue about what he can testify about. There's also the issue of a crime fraud exception, which would allow him to testify, but that's going to have to go to the courts. January 6th committee obviously was really running out of time because they're going to be done by the end, by Election Day. Justice Department is a little bit longer, but this could take months.
What does it say about where the federal government is on, where the Department of Justice is on this? I mean, it seems like they have been calling people, or at least more publicly getting people.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big deal, the change in the Justice Department investigation. Remember, there was criticism for months and months that the Justice Department was simply prosecuting the people who were trespassing in the Capitol, hundreds of people, but essentially all low-level people. Now it's 100% clear that this is an investigation inside the Oval Office of Donald Trump. Whether that leads to an indictment, I certainly don't know.
Do they have enough personnel for this? I mean, I know Garland said this is like the biggest thing the Department of Justice has ever done.
It's just an amazing demand on the Justice Department services. They have brought prosecutors in from around the country. I mean, remember, you're talking about almost 1,000 cases just at the Capitol alone, bringing people in the grand jury. When there's a pandemic where people can't sit next to each other in normal circumstances, it's very challenging. But the Justice Department, I think it's safe to say, has done an amazing job with the Capitol rioters. Let's see what they can do with the Oval Office.
The Secret Service text message thing, now the Secret Service says they may disable text messaging on employees' phones. I don't know, two sources familiar with the matter are saying that. Does it make any sense to you that, I mean, this is all under the umbrella of the Homeland Security Department, that the Homeland Security Department wouldn't know the importance of text messages from January 6th, I find terrifying.
The key question on this whole text message investigation is incompetence or malevolence.
Right.
The Secret Service is trying to make the case, please, please, we're incompetent. We can't even allow our agents to text message in 2022 because we don't know how our system works. I mean, that's a pretty appalling thought, but it is not an example of people intentionally trying to destroy evidence. Someone outside DHS and Secret Service has to do this investigation because they are clearly not capable of it.
Jeffrey Toobin, thank you. Appreciate it.